the Tenderizer Customizer.
Okay.
Well, because I like that's why I love Joe. You know what? This is the Cook's Essentials 3-in-1 meat tenderizer. And this is really about grilling season. It's about getting outside and utilizing maybe those lesser expensive cuts of meat, but making them taste like those more expensive cuts of meat. Because when you tenderize, you're infusing the flavor, and this lets you do just that. For tenderizing, piercing, and pounding, of course it's from Cook's Essentials, so we can only find it here too.
That's right. Designed by chefs for home use. So, you know, it doesn't matter what level of skill you are at home. We really have tools for everything. Now, I'm starting with the ice this time because it's melting.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, here we go. I just want you to see we can do cracked ice. So if we're doing the shrimp cocktail or maybe the martini or whatever it is, you can use the flat side of the meat tenderizer and just go ahead and crack the ice for that. So that's actually very efficient. I like it for that reason. Have you ever been at the convenience store? You get that bag of ice and it's like an iceberg, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just tap it a couple of times with that hammer and it really does a great job.
Well, we have colors for you. I know when you think, really? Absolutely, because you know what? That makes it easy to find in the drawer or outside, wherever you happen to be using it. We do have the red, that's the one in front, but we also have the black. Now, that means that it's got that soft touch handle. So this is the business end, clearly, but then you've got that beautiful soft touch handle down here. Clearance price, $17.98. And when I take a look at the fact that, yes, if you see the end here, you can unscrew it and protect those little piercing blades at the top when they're not in use.
A safe way to store that, because those are really sharp blades. Now, those blades, of course, are dishwasher safe right in the top rack, or just hand wash them in the sink, whatever you want to do. But they serve a very important purpose. When we're working with those cheaper cuts that you talked about, just like this, a little skirt steak. So what we're doing is we're actually piercing the steak with those tongs, or prongs rather. Right? And that's actually touching the bottom of this dish. The Pyrex, you can hear that, right?
I can.
So it's tapping it, right? So it's going all the way down to the bottom. So we're actually going ahead, we're breaking down some of that tissue, and then we're able to do the marinade right over top. So that's going to soak in. You're going to get extra flavor all the way through the meat, right?
And isn't that what it's all about?
Result. Exactly.
Now, Joe, how long have you been a chef?
So that's 24 years this year. I know, that's a long time.
So what is a cut of meat that you can think of that would be less expensive, that would actually be better with the use of a tenderizer?
So brisket, here's your typical flank steak, London broil, all of those larger cuts that are going to have that sort of sinewy tissue in it that needs to be broken down. Now this is just fantastic. Debbie did a fantastic job.
Perfect
that is
temperature.
Perfect temperature on that. But it owes to the fact that we were able to pierce that meat ahead of time, get that flavor in there, and really it's quite efficient.
You know what, too? I know we've chatted a lot about this on social media. I think that it is really hard to cook chicken.
Yes.
I think that sometimes, sometimes it can get done on the thinner side, but then on the thicker part of the breast cut specifically, it can be really, really hard. But an easy way to remedy that problem is to make the chicken an even size all the way down. You taught me that.
Yes, exactly. So what you'll do right now is you'll go ahead with the flat side of the meat tenderizer and just go ahead. You're starting with the fat side of the breast, right? And then to the thin side, so it's all the same thickness. And that way it is going to cook at the same rate all the way through. So you don't have undercooked chicken. You don't want undercooked chicken.
There is no such thing as medium rare chicken,
That is not a good thing.
And you know what, too? Because this tenderizer has such a great weight to it, you don't have to give it the business.
You don't.
You can just give it some gentle taps, and you're going to make it even and all ready to go.
That's exactly right. Yeah, let's take a peek. That is just perfect. Look, it looks like you were right on the line. You're getting ready to do your chicken paillard or something like that. Look at that. That's just fantastic.
Like when he says it looks like I'm on the line. Makes me feel like a pro.
There you go.
You know what? It's all about infusing the flavor, making those lesser expensive cuts of meat taste like you broke the bank. And it's all about making that experience for your family, your friends, as great as it can possibly be. And this one, so now you're using the piercing end, I call it the business end.
The business end of the hammer.
On this hammer.
Yeah.
You are actually putting the spices and the seasoning on top and then infusing them in.
Exactly. So it's a dry rub. So what we're doing is we're actually pushing some of that flavor right into the chicken breast.
Okay.
So then we can go ahead and maybe even it out if we want to, and then just go ahead and grill. But it really does make it easy. And think about, you know, other cuts of meat that you're going to work with. Maybe you've got something like this, the boneless, you know, tenderloin of the pork, right?
Oh,
and so,
David's favorite.
Yeah, all you need to do with that is just take that flat end and just pound that out a little bit. And you see now we have medallions, right?
Oh,
so they're
right.
a little bit thinner. We can dredge them in a little bit of flour, put them right into the clarified butter, and boy, is that fantastic.
Heaven's sake. And when your food is all an even shape, it cooks evenly, it's going to taste better. I mean, there's really just a whole list of reasons why this is such a great idea. I know there's a bag of cookies down there that you're about to get mad at.
Now remember, of course, when you're dealing with something like a cube steak, you can also use the waffle side of that hammer as well, and it'll give you that effect. Garlic, cookies.
They were spared today.
I know. We were going to do a cheesecake crust, right? So for the bottom.
Yes.
I'm actually making one of those later today anyway, so I thought I'd get started early.
Let's just get the prep started with Mary. That's awesome. Remember, you have red and black to choose from, but you can't go wrong with either color. $17.98 is your price tag here. Remember, that removable piercing blade is dishwasher safe, and you can use it for a whole bunch of different jobs. So thank you, Joe McAllister, very much. Say hi to Mom for us.
I will.
Coming up at the end of the show from Mikasa. Mikasa es su casa. And this is a beautiful piece of wrought iron, not only storage, but it offers you aeration for your fruits and vegetables. It also has a flat back, so you can have it flush against the wall if you would like to, but also you can get two and make it a really pretty arrangement, whether it's in the middle of your, I love this, whether it's in the middle of your dining room table. This debuted on In the Kitchen with David for the live audience show recently, and now we're down to 3 colors. I believe we have brown, red, and black. That's it. But oh yeah, I like this a lot. And that brown has a nice bronzed feel to it. So wait until you see all the ideas. I promised more temptations coming up in the show, and it is time right now, but coming up in 8 minutes. Oh, pot stickers. Hold the phone, so stick around. If you love the pot stickers, they are in the show this morning, or this afternoon. And I have